Read. Money and its many meanings.
When people are asked what they value most in their lives, their answers vary. Most say that leading a healthy life is high on their list of priorities. Also, many say that having a job they love is of extreme importance. But what about making money? How important is it in your life? To properly answer this question, you may need to know the true meaning of money. The following 3 stories highlight various meanings of money.
Rye of Yap.
The island of Yap, located in the Pacific Ocean between Guam and Palau, had been untouched by modern civilization until the 1800s. You may think that they shouldn't have had their own monetary system because they were not modernized. However, the people of Yap had a very advanced and well-developed system of money. They used rye, large, thick, round stone wheels with a hole cut in the middle in which they could insert a pole to help transport them. Some rye were very big and weighed about 7 tons. These huge stones were not native to the island. Instead, they were mined on the Palau Islands, 460 kilometers away from Yap. Because Yap Islanders used narrow boats, the stones often fell overboard and got lost in the sea. What is interesting is that even when rye fell into the sea, people agreed that the incident didn't change either the value of the stone or its owner's ownership. How this system could even work may seem really strange, but in fact, we have a very similar system today. Our cash in the bank is just like the rye that lay underwater. Though we can't see cash in the bank, it works perfectly as money. After all, our monetary system is based on credit, just like the Rye of Yap.
Money that saved a town.
In 1932, in the middle of the Great Depression, the town of Virgo, Austria, was suffering from a 35% unemployment rate. The town's mayor had a long list of projects to do and only 40,000 Austrian shillings in the bank to pay for them. Thinking the depression was caused by lack of money circulation, he decided to issue 40,000 shillings worth of Freigeld, a regional currency. Then, the mayor began to use Freigeld to pay for his projects. Freigeld, which means free money, was different from normal money in that it depreciated monthly by 1% of its original value. To maintain its original value, people had to buy a stamp that was worth the amount of devaluation and put it on their Freigeld. The purpose of this strange system was to accelerate the circulation of money, and it succeeded. Everybody who was paid in Freigeld spent it as quickly as possible because keeping the currency and not spending it meant losing wealth. The average speed that money circulated increased by 14 times, which consequently revived the economy of the town. In less than 2 years, Virgo became the first town in Austria to reach full employment. The experiment in the small town of Virgo might suggest that money, as the medium of exchange, should be circulated appropriately, and that its smooth flow helps to vitalize the economy.
The power of $25.
If someone asked you whether $25 was a little or a lot of money, What would you say? To answer this question, imagine what you could do with $25. For example, you and your friends could watch a movie. However, do you know that the same amount of money that you spend on simple entertainment could be used completely differently for people on the other side of the planet? After retiring from the police force, Steve and Anna Tolan moved to Zambia and set up a charitable organization that provides conservation education programs for children. Since it is a nonprofit organization, they rely on financial donations to keep the organization running. With $25, the Tolans could pay for one of the following: a full school uniform for a student, 2 25-kilogram bags of corn, the staple food, which is enough to feed a family of 6 for a month, 2 good quality blankets. Most children in Zambia don't have one. 4 mosquito nets to help prevent malaria. Isn't that amazing? That's possible because the value of money is relative. Just as Gulliver is little in the land of giants and huge in the land of tiny people. The same amount of money may have different meanings to different people. Therefore, take some time and think about how to spend your money more meaningfully.
Think outside the box. What is one red paperclip worth? A house. Yes, a house. Kyle McDonald, a young man from Canada, started with a red paperclip and traded it for bigger and better things until he owned a house. His inspiration was his childhood game, Bigger, Better. Instead of getting a job to buy a house, he decided to make use of the red paperclip on his desk and trade it up to a house. On July 12, 2005, MacDonald posted a picture of a red paperclip on his blog and asked whether anyone wanted to make a trade for something bigger or better. A few days later, Ronnie and Corina from Vancouver called him up and offered to trade a pen shaped like a fish for the paperclip. Ronnie and Corina were vegetarians and didn't want to use a pen shaped like a fish. However, they did a lot of paperwork, so they needed a lot of paperclips. So exchanging their pen for a pretty red paperclip was a win-win situation. That's how the first exchange took place. MacDonald traded the red paperclip for a fish-shaped pen. Then, he traded the pen for a doorknob. He kept trading for something bigger or better. MacDonald made 14 trades and finally wound up with a house located at 503 Main Street in Kipling, Saskatchewan. The whole sequence of his trades was as below. 1 simple red paperclip, a fish-shaped pen, a hand-sculpted doorknob, a camping stove, a portable generator, a party kit, a used snowmobile, 2 tickets to the Rocky Mountains, a cube van, a recording contract, 1 year's rent in Arizona, a day with rocker Alice Cooper, a snow globe, an acting role in a movie, a 2-story house in Kipling, Saskatchewan. What can we learn from this inspirational story? Anything is possible, and all you need to do is to try. This story is not about the paperclip. It is about the human spirit. Do not be afraid of trying and failing. Just the act of trying might be a life-changing step that leads to an amazing journey. If MacDonald had not traded away that red paperclip, he would be sitting at his desk, holding a paperclip in his hand, wondering what would happen if he did something with it. But today, he is spending most of his time doing public speaking engagements, publishing books, and inspiring people. Can you imagine this? Just go ahead and chase your dreams. So what if you fail? Do not be afraid of failure, because that fear is the greatest barrier to success. You may only succeed by experiencing failure.